here. It's getting chilly out here.
Sheesh.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 8 of Could Have Been D1. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, and we're all just going to take a moment of silence real quick for Doug Martin, the NFL legend. Thank you, everybody, for taking that time with us. Doug Martin, we're not going to get into the political stuff as to why he died, even though it's pretty obvious because let's just say if I wire transferred $5 billion to a foreign company, I would get put on paid leave. And the people responsible for Doug Martin's death have been put on paid leave. But we're not going to talk about that, Napoleon, are we?
Nope, we're not talking about it.
It's dangerous. So we're going to stay away. But just want to reminisce, look back at Doug Martin's stats because he's a legend. His rookie year, he had 1,454 rushing yards, 472 receiving yards, and 12 total touchdowns. Can't forget a guy like that. He also made All-Pro first team in 2015. So absolute legend. Sad to see him go. And sad to see the Bucs also didn't make it happen for him on Sunday, or Monday night. But yeah. On a brighter note, Napoleon, we're both above 500.
We are. Wow.
Who would have
Dude,
fucking thought? Sitting in
not,
week 7, we'd both be above 500.
not me. I'll tell you that. Not me. There was a point when I didn't know how I was going to get up on this mic and talk on this podcast again because I just felt utter shame. But
Were the
Derek
Pan-
Brown, JC Horn, they brought that hope back. Oh my gosh.
were the Panthers? I forget. Were they 0-2 to start the year?
We were 0-2 to some pretty mids teams.
I
And
remember we were having some conversations, and you were quite down bad, but you're back.
oh, dude, all the way back. I was actually wanting to say, I've been alive about, close to 25 years. Um, and I have never ever bought a real NFL jersey or a real NBA jersey. I bought DHgate every single time.
Well,
It's probably
100%. This, if we were to ever get one sponsor on this podcast, it would be DHgate.
it really would be. And Derek Brown's performance this season has been making me. I really think I'm going to get an NFL jersey. I think it's finally time. I'm going to sit down and pay the 100, whatever, $80. That's how good he's playing.
Eric Brown's going to be in the league a long time, and he's going to be in a Panthers uniform for a long time. So seems like a valuable investment, I would say.
Yeah, you know, the weatherman. You could almost say the Panthers and the Packers are like the same tier of team right now.
All right, let's
Wouldn't you
relax.
agree?
If we were to look at the NFL standings, I believe the Green Bay Packers are first in the NFC. Are the Panthers in the top 10?
As far as I can tell, yeah, in the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they are. Sure they're probably like what, like third, second.
Let's look this up. Let's validify this statement.
We don't need a fact check on this pod. This is not a fact check.
True. You know what? You're so right. Before I go crazy, this is a strictly opinionated podcast. So we're not going to look that up. Just know
Let's
that the
go.
Packers are first and you're not.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Speaking of the Packers, Michael Parsons, I'm starting to just wonder how the fuck he gets around with that big fucking third leg in his pants.
That thing's got to be weighted down. How many sacks did he have?
He had 3 sacks, set a career high, I think they were all came in like the red zone or like inside the 30 on like clutch third down plays, forcing at the end of the game. Like Michael Parsons, this is why we traded for you. Have my kids. Pretty simple.
Yeah. That's good. That's like, would you say that's kind of the performance you'd see a guy and be like, you know what, I'll pay you whatever you want, keep you on this team. I would never trade you kind of vibes. Is that what you're getting from him?
Yeah, if I saw what he did, and I'm sure maybe since this is his first 3-pick game or 3-sack game ever, this is like why Jerry Jones didn't keep him around. But yeah, I mean, he was doing that all the time on the Cowboys. I don't know what the fuck Jerry Jones is thinking, but we'll take it. You know what's funny about that too is now I think there's a bunch of rumors about the Cowboys trading for an edge.
Dude, I'm seeing that Max Crosby's a name that's been linked to the Cowboys.
I have heard Max Crosby, and Max Crosby is a dog, but
Yeah.
you had a better Max Crosby in your uniform. But we're glad to keep him warm and happy in Green Bay.
Yeah, I saw the funniest tweet. It was saying that the Cowboys are an edge rusher away. from contending. And I just
If
thought, is
only, bro,
this,
if only they had a guy.
oh, man.
What would they do, man? Wow.
Sorry, Cowboys fans. I'm sorry.
I'm not. Fuck you guys. At least you have Dak, though. Dak looks pretty fucking good this year. I'm going to be honest.
He has been throwing piss missiles.
I have some Dak questions later that I want to get into, but we're going to hold that off for later. While we're here, while we're kind of doing the intro, I do want to address one thing. By the way, this podcast, CBD1, will now be addressing a LeBron segment in every single episode as the come on, guys. You know who I am. This is exactly what I do. It's in my name. This week, LeBron has caught some fire, and it's honestly just unbelievable. Stephen A. Smith, he's going to keep yapping. We're honestly going to ignore that. But
Yeah.
I actually want to address this Westbrook article that came out. And Napoleon, let's hear. I want to hear your thoughts before I kind of get into what I have to say about it. Did you see this Westbrook thing? Did you read about it at all?
I read just the briefest tweet from NBA Central. Central or Centel could have been either or, it doesn't matter, all the
Dude,
same. But I just read that Russell Westbrook either it was something to do with his was it the Malcolm X quote? It was
the
something about
Malcolm
his
X,
life.
the Godfather, Kobe's 81-point game. Like, there's just no way that's real.
He was saying that he couldn't trust LeBron because of those things. Is that what it was saying?
Yes, dude. Like, come on. By the way, like you were saying, the line between NBA Central and NBA Central is the most blurred. Like, it's at this point, you're just guessing who is it, who it's coming from, because this article is absolutely insane.
Oh my! How did they pull that information out of him and say, "All right, we're going to show this to everybody now"? Thank you, Russell.
My problem with that is the Godfather thing, and a lot of that stuff is like pre-COVID, well before Westbrook was even on the team. So I'm not really sure why that was written about in any way at all. To be honest with you, it makes no sense.
Well, let me ask you this, Weatherman. Did you trust LeBron less after that Godfather moment?
The thing is, like at this point, as you kind of listen to LeBron talk, you kind of just got to accept that he's gonna say some funny stuff. It's gonna be half truthful, and you just got to move on with your day. And that's just kind of the guy LeBron is, and that's fine with me because at the end of the day, I watched him in 2018, and that's all I needed to see. Okay.
Did you just call him a liar on our podcast? Is that what you just said?
He is not a liar. He's a jokester and he's a funny guy. And whatever he says to me, I'm taking with full credibility. Just know that I understand if you don't, and the broader
Yeah.
public doesn't either.
Yeah, no, I hear it.
My real thoughts on this Westbrook article thing, though, is whether or not it's true. I'm sure it is. They clearly didn't really have great chemistry. But my question to Russell Westbrook is LeBron's lying and your time in the LA, is that the reason you kept clanking the ball off the top of the backboard and airballing?
Ouch.
Is that LeBron's fault, Westbrook, for that? I always
Shoot.
say my player comp on the court is Lakers Westbrook. And then if you've ever seen one of those compilations on Twitter, they're just so funny to watch because it's got to be the funniest lowlights of all time.
No, I mean it's trash ball through and through. It, it's I mean I'm surprised he wasn't the Shaqtin' MVP, but was he for a year?
Oh, he
No,
totally
probably,
could have been. I don't know. Do they even still give that out? I feel like that's
probably not.
just JaVale McGee's award. It's basically the JaVale McGee award, and then he just got to keep it over the years, no matter what happened, even after he retired.
Yeah. How I saw this question. I wanted to ask you, how funny will Russell Westbrook's season be in Sacramento on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the Lakers season, one being Prime Thunder.
Okay. I've actually I kind of like the Kings roster for some reason. I don't know why. With
Oh.
that said, like what is him, washed DeMar DeRozan and washed Zach LaVine gonna do? Like, what are they thinking over there?
It's gonna be funny is all I know. Nothing
It's
else I
gonna
can say
be
about him.
DeRozan and Westbrook. I can't actually imagine a worse pairing on the NBA court. That's just no spacing and a lot of like mid-range shots. With DeRozan's cold, I actually like him, but there's like that team is going to be it's the most obvious 12 to 13 seed I've ever seen in my life.
Indeed, man. But here on CBD1, we're not a basketball podcast. We're just a LeBron podcast.
LeBron
So
podcast and a football podcast, guys, and also a Rico Dowdle podcast, of course.
indeed, we are Rico Dowdle. Should we get into Rico or should we get into some questions first?
No, no, I kind of like the Rico talk because I saw the stats, and I'm sure I didn't pay as close of attention to the game as you did. But based on my box score watching, it wasn't even a competition. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, one of the running backs is better. One of them is worse, and they're both getting the ball. Um, it's luckily they played the Jets, so you can escape with that. But that was Chuba's first game back. I'm excited to see what it looks like against the Bills. They're one of the worst rushing defenses. We'll see if both of them can eat or if one of them's a clear favorite. But after this week is when it's really got to be decided whether they're going to go Rico all the way or the double trouble.
I really
Um,
do think that the Panthers, like, it's not going to be this quality, obviously, but they definitely could have a Lions dynamic with Rico and Chuba for sure.
yeah, no, I think they could do something similar. They were each getting a drive the same way the Lions were, so that's cool to see that they're stealing their swag.
I think Rico is obviously Gibbs and Chuba is obviously Montgomery, but Montgomery's still good. So honestly, yeah, I think that they'll be all right.
Yeah, they won't be terrible.
All right. That was the Rico Dowdle talk. I had to get that in, had to get the LeBron talk in. Now moving over to the questions. We got a lot this week. And actually, before we get into them, I have to get the updated standings of the comment numbers this year. Remember, guys, this isn't just for the show, it's for the T. You guys are getting the T at the end of the year. So after week 2 of keeping track, we got Gooch with 1. We got James Richter with 3 points. We got Joe Schmo with 2. We got the league leader, Pedro, with 5. We got the Hawk with 2. We got Sandman with 1. Saddam with 1. Jesus Christ with 1. And Jaguar Jack with 1. And remember, this will be a raffle, so anybody can win. But the more entries you have, it's just math, guys. Simple math.
Yup.
All
Quick
right.
math.
Getting in. Now we got a lot from BG this week. It's good to see BG back.
Yeah, I'm seeing his
BG's
logo a lot.
like I love seeing the LeBron bunny ears profile picture. When I see that, I know it's going to be a good question. His first one said, could have been D1. Please touch on this in next week episode. And this is referring to Jalen Hurts' pathetic Hail Mary in the 2023 Super Bowl, kind of comparing it to Aaron Rodgers' Hail Mary on Thursday, or was it Thursday night. Aaron Rodgers, number one, if he ever doubted it, he still has a rocket. He's got one of the best arms in history. Did you see that Hail Mary throw?
Dude, I did see it. And for just to clarify on this, this was in the air for 69.8 yards, the longest recorded pass attempt since in the league since 2017.
And the thing is, if DK Metcalf would have gone up like the 6'4", 230-pound guy he is, he had a chance at that ball, but he went up like a pussy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on, man. I thought we were getting one more Rodgers moment. It really felt like that in the air. Like it was happening.
He great pass from him. And then if you watch the Jalen Hurts clip, he also threw it from the 30. His ball landed at the other 22-yard line, which doing quick math here, that means he threw a 47-yard Hail Mary.
Yeah, and just
You
for
can't have that.
another stat for you guys, there's actually a 39-year age difference between Aaron Rodgers and Jalen Hurts. I know the media wants you to think it's less than that, but you've actually got official court records, 39-year difference.
Correct. 63 to 24. You're absolutely correct about that. Thanks for touching on that. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good point.
Yeah.
We're just going to keep ripping off the base god questions here. Next one, he said, can we get more live game reactions? Thinking we might need a could have been
Hmm.
D1 cast.
Base God,
I
I like what you're thinking with that. I really do like the idea.
I like the idea a lot. I think it's definitely possible. Uh, this is obviously the first go around with the pod. We're on episode 8, but I could definitely see this by at least next season being a very, very likely possibility. Just bring the boys out, sit on a couch, and just watch the game.
Yeah, I think we could provide you guys some entertainment with that. BG, if we do get this up and running next year, we'll name the cast after you somehow, some way. If we can make this work.
Also, open invite for BG to take a seat with us. That'd be great.
Yeah, we'll have an extra chair whenever you need.
Napoleon, you have a great couch too. This could definitely work on your couch.
We
Absolutely.
we definitely could. It's absolutely huge. Like Bryce Young's.
Mm.
Anyways, moving on. BG with another one. Um, he said, "Oh, this is the ethical QB list." Actually, my apologies. We're gonna move up to Pedro de Sac here. He said, first off, the weatherman needs to apologize to MLF on air.
Matt LaFleur.
Oh, would you want to take a second to do that for the audience?
I really don't understand why he's asking me to apologize. I've only said exactly what we've wanted. Why the fuck would I apologize? You should be thanking me. And also, Matt LaFleur is a friend of the pod. He listens to the show. He heard my threats. You're welcome. My answer is you're welcome. That's my apology. Without me threatening to do that thing I said I would do with his lower body parts, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't have been celebrating this victory on Sunday. So I'm not apologizing. I apologize to absolutely no one. Yeah, no, you're not getting an apology out of me. You're getting a you're welcome.
Yeah, you hear that,
How's that
Pedro?
sound?
And then moving on to the second part, he asked, do any of these teams have a chance to win a playoff game between the Colts, Patriots, Broncos? And if so, who has the best chance? I know who I think has the best chance. Who do you think has the best chance here?
I know you're gonna say Colts, and I think that's totally valid.
Yeah.
I think all three of these teams could. I think that the Colts have the best because they're going to win their division and have a home playoff game. I don't think the other two will have a home playoff game.
Do you know what they say about coming into Indiana and playing there in the playoffs?
It's hell.
Absolute hell.
That's what they say.
You don't want to step into Indiana Jones' home and try to take his food.
The one
That's
thing you absolutely do not do is step into Indiana Jones house in January.
No, I'd be so scared to even try it. I wouldn't even I mean, I think they would take the Patriots or the Broncos in a playoff game if any of those teams played matched up each other somehow.
I would
I'll
totally
go
agree.
Indiana.
By the way, if people forget, Daniel Jones has a playoff win on the road.
He does against the legendary so-called best coach in ball, KOC, quarterback
He's
whisperer.
I'm a big KOC guy, but I can maybe see the well. Then again, he's playing with Carson Wentz. I'm actually gonna let that fly for now.
I could say a lot of things about that guy. We'll maybe save it for when we talk about the Vikings.
Okay, I like that. I will say that it is just so interesting that they let go of Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, and then kept the two worst options of the bunch. But anyways, we're not going to get into that. I will say I think it's very possible that the Colts could host either the Patriots or Broncos. I think that's totally possible.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool to see. I mean, all these teams have some history. It's crazy that they're all back in the mix.
Fuck, that kind of sucks. We're just right back in like 2013 again.
Yeah, the good teams will always be good, and the bad teams will always be bad.
That's what it is. That's what it
It's
is.
inevitable.
Next question we have is from James Richter. He said, I suggest that the president double taxes for single mothers, places the earning on the LeWeatherHawk parlay minus any Packers player bets, and then send all the profits to Israel. James, unfortunately, this is not a political podcast, so I'm not going to comment on these things. But I do like the mention of the Weatherhawk parlay, and I do agree that the tariff should go straight to tailing the play. Absolutely.
I second hand on this. The Hawk is hitting this way, by the way, guys. This week, excuse me. It is an
Taxing single
absolute fucking lock.
He said double taxing single mothers. Are you
James, what's going on behind the scenes? Drake London got you acting different. Oh my
bro, it's
goodness.
been 1 week. Oh, he was also mad about the Drake London stuff. Let me see if I can find that comment. He basically, let's see, he said, I'm gonna find this real quick. He said as soon as could have been D1 mentioned that Penix probably is the worst QB in the league. Or he said probably isn't the worst QB in the league because of Geno. Penix goes back to shitting himself and taking Drake London with him. I did reply. This was me on the account. I said we take the shit week by week. Be better.
Yep. I'm so glad you covered that for me because I was honestly getting ready to type that on the account and you just beat me right to it. This every take we have is completely invalid the next week. If you try to pull up any old tweets, any evidence, we will delete it. Our PR team's great. It's just week to week.
We do have a great PR team. And also, guys, we like living in the present. I don't know where you guys are, why you keep like trying to, look ahead or look behind. Like we are in the present moment. That's how we live.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
And all right, and then to move on to another question here from our guy who clearly supports Arizona sports. She asked, "Are the Cardinals doomed forever?"
I think the answer is yes. I also saw a tweet that said, and this might have been from James actually, maybe not, but it said, this is karma for hosting the memorial. And I'm going to have to say that's a good point.
Not a political podcast.
Not political. You're right. That might have to be blurred, but they are 0-5 since said guy had said
Oh,
memorial at said place.
yeah, that's a tough stat. That is a very tough stat. I really do think they are doomed forever. Something's not clicking over there. Um, Man, Battlefield needs to stop releasing around this time of year. Call of Duty, all that. Let
Yeah.
their quarterback be a quarterback for once. I mean, come on. How selfish can these gaming companies be releasing this, trying to make money while Arizona Cardinals fans are fighting for their life? Oh,
If I was an Arizona Cardinals fan, I would absolutely sue Activision. Uh, what is Battlefield run by, like Frost or something? What is it called? I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways, they should
I
be
just
suing.
I actually just thought of a great mo move that the Arizona Cardinals fans can do to band together and support their team. The next time one of these first-person shooter games come out, figure out where Kyler Murray lives, go to the stores in bunches, buy all the copies, and if you guys can make sure that there's no copies on the shelves for the season, you guys might win a playoff game. So if you really care about it enough, go to your lo local GameStop, make it happen.
Yeah, there was a very sharp decline. And now he didn't play this week. He hasn't played last week. But there is a very sharp decline in Kyler Murray's career after about week 7 or whatever week COD drops. So they got to band together and get that shit deleted.
Yeah, it needs to happen.
I will say the Cardinals are they've lost their last 5 games by a total of 13 points, which is crazy. But yeah, no, it's not getting any better. It never will. And you're in the NFC West where it's always going to be tough. So sorry about that, bud. Any other thoughts, Napoleon, or you got everything off your chest on that one?
That's all I needed to say about the Cardinals.
Good, good. Next question we have from Susie. We got our one female listener on the call here. She said, first off, are you recording on Discord? You want to answer that?
Today we are actually recording on Zoom. So Zoom, if you could get us a sponsor, that'd be great. We kind of go back and forth between in person and Zoom. Today it's a cold, rainy day. Or I guess maybe cut that out. We don't need them to know where we're at. But it's a cold, rainy day wherever we're at, and we decided to go to Zoom.
It's a cold, rainy day in blank. That's all we're going to give you. She said,
Yep.
second, since the Badgers failed Jonathan Taylor, do the Colts have a chance to redeem his legacy?
Mm.
Napoleon, I know you're a college football guy. Wisconsin football program is in utter hell. It's really, I'm very, very scared. But the Badgers didn't ruin Jonathan Taylor's legacy. They ruined everybody that's on the team currently. Any past Badgers are still, their legacy's still great in a lot of people's eyes. And the Colts have done nothing but keep Jonathan Taylor afloat. So good, thank you for them for showing his greatness. But the Badgers just probably need to delete their program and get the baseball team back.
Yeah, that's I couldn't have said it any better myself. Indianapolis is going to show him that real second prime. He's been taken off, man. There's not enough good things to say about that guy. Just a true running back.
Napoleon, so I'm gonna do a little Badgers quiz time for you, all right?
Yep.
Do you know what the score was when we played Ohio State this weekend? Do you have any idea?
I think I do. Is it? Correct me if I'm wrong. Were we looking at 37-0?
It's 37-0 last week versus Iowa. This week we actually did better and only lost 34-0.
Wow, that's improvements.
I'm gonna give
That's
you a number now, and it's the last time the Badgers have been shut out in back-to-back games. Okay,
mhm.
would you say it was before or after the year 1982?
It's got to be after, right? It's a long time.
It was 1977 was the last time that we've been shut out. So that's how bad our team is right now.
Well, let me ask you this, man. As a guy who doesn't pay attention to any Wisconsin football,
Yep.
surely they would fire their head coach after two horrible performances like that, being humiliated in front of the country, right?
Oh no, yeah, he's as good as gone. Oh wait, nope. Our AD just came out and said we're sticking it out with him for the long term. So yeah, no, we're in
Oh.
hell.
Oh,
I get,
oh,
like, I get it's a third string QB. It's tough to win. It is not okay to lose by 37-0 and then 34-0 in back-to-back games. That is never acceptable.
humiliating.
That coach needs to be H'd by his bees. Feel me?
I guess I do.
Feel me? Okay. This will make it easier for when I have to edit the pod. I'll have to use less blurs, so that'll
Yeah.
be great. Napoleon, you want to take the next question? It looks like it's from Douglas.
Yeah, a great question. New guy on the list here, Douglas MacArthur. He asked, "Would you rather have your girl talk like Xavier Leggett permanently, or have Jason Kelsey's beard for 3 months out of every year?" I mean, what an amazing first question, Douglas.
This
Holy.
is question of the week, 100%. I read this
Yeah,
earlier. This is so good.
dear
I think
goodness.
I just interpreted it correctly though. Originally, I thought it meant like we have Jason Kelsey's beard for 3 months a year out of the year, but I think he meant our girl does,
Yeah, I think
or
that's
like
definitely what he's meaning here.
yeah,
I was immediately gonna say I'll take the Kelsey beard, but that is two of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. I don't.
dude. I just don't think I could ever deal with my girl talking like Xavier Leggett for the rest of my life, dude. I can deal with 3 months. You know what? Like, there's just gonna be less FaceTimes, less hanging out. Like, no big deal.
Yeah.
But Xavier Leggett permanently, I could never talk to her the same ever again.
I agree with you completely. The Leggett thing would be terrible for the program. Oh
I'm
my
assuming
God.
too he means like she can't shave the beard, which that sucks. Like that's gonna be awful. But I still got 9 months of like, beautiful girlfriend time. Xavier Leggett is forever. Absolutely not.
Yeah. I think I would just make sure that during those 3 months, we each just focus on ourselves, maybe take a little break, take a little hiatus because
For sure.
it would just be strange.
That's focused on our self time. Absolutely. Babe, I'm sorry. I just have to focus on myself the next 3 months. It's not you, it's me.
It's
Gotta hit her
me.
with that.
Little does she know this. It's the beard.
Oh, it's 100% her.
Oh, just staring
You
at
gotta
it
play it
all.
off like a nice guy, though.
Act like you're staring at her tits when in reality you're just staring at the Jason Kelsey beard on her face.
Can't do it
All of
with
a
that.
sudden you just see skinned raccoons in your fridge. Oh my goodness.
No,
Incredible times.
absolutely not.
We
I'm gonna
actually
loop. Oh, go ahead.
we got another question from Douglas. I'm gonna keep him on the mic while he's hot here. And I think it'd be too biased for me to answer, so I'm gonna ask you, who has a better playoff chance? The Panthers or the Bears?
Yeah, I appreciate you handing this one off to me. Even though I'm also biased against a certain team here.
Oh yeah.
Um, this is tough. The NFC is so good, dude. Like I think the 7 seed right now is 5-2. Like it's the conference is just unbelievable, especially compared to the AFC. Who has a better playoff chance to make it? I'm gonna go with the Panthers just because that division is worse, and they could maybe scrape out a division win. I don't think
Mhm.
either of these teams can make it through the wild card, though. I think the NFC is just too good. And for that reason, like I don't see the Bears placing in the top two in the NFC North. I think the Packers and Lions are firmly gonna hold that and take that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Panthers, but I say it's an under 10% chance, probably not 10. I'd say under 25% chance for both teams.
And if you were to completely remove the division method of making it into the playoffs, and it was just both who's most likely to steal a wild card spot, who would you pick?
I would take the Panthers. I've seen the Bears schedule and it is not easy.
Yeah,
I,
dang.
I, I don't know. I can't speak for the Panthers, but I'm assuming it's a little bit easier than the Bears. So
Yeah, at least our divisional games are pretty mid.
right, like you get the Saints twice and the Falcons twice. They get the
Yeah.
Vikings, Bears, and Packers twice. Like that's not easy.
No, no, it's a gauntlet.
I'm gonna loop it back. We got a couple more questions from BG. We appreciate you, BG. We love you, BG. We would have your kids BG if we could. This was about the ethical QBs list. I'm gonna loop it back, and he said petition to keep Jake. Wow, I almost
The
made a great
close
mistake.
call.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
Petition to keep J blank B blank on the ass list the rest of the season. That guy will never move from that list, but we
Yeah.
appreciate you bringing that up. We'll update this maybe next week. Oh, by the way, Napoleon, next week we have to do. It's I think it'll be week 9 in the league. Maybe week 10 will do it, but we have to do the updated QB. Yeah, I guess next week will be great. The updated QB, all 32 QBs ranking. We'll have to do that together. Last time I did it
Yeah,
alone, so we'll have to do that one together.
let's do it.
Yeah. We gotta next week might be a nice episode. We might have a long one. But anyways, one last question from BG. He said, has Calvin Johnson Jr. underscore TYB already spent his purse from the Patrick Mahomes MVP slip? No, I have not spent it. Waiting until it cashes, but I'm ready for that money to come through because it's happening.
You still feel just as confident as you did from week one making this bet? I'd assume a lot
Uh,
more confident.
I feel a lot more confident because I got it at like plus 800. He is now plus 135.
Wow. Is he the favorite?
Value, yeah, he's the favorite by about. I think Josh Allen might be like plus 300. So he's a pretty heavy favorite right now. I'd also like to mention I do have Jonathan Taylor's Offensive Player of the Year slip at plus 1800. He is now plus 100.
This guy knows how to
Value.
gamble. I love it. I love it. This guy knows ball.
I'm confident. I got a lot of futures ready to go, and money's going to be coming in at the end of the year. Confident in myself, confident in my abilities. This is why you tail the LeWeatherHawk. Guys, come on.
Free money.
Also, you brought it up earlier. I kind of disregarded it, but you're totally right. The LeWeatherHawk parlay this week, you're going to want to tail this one. This is the most confident play we've had all year. Might have Hawk on the show. This is TBD. All right, guys. Thank you so much again, as always, for the questions. The t-shirt, Napoleon, have you thought about any designs on the t-shirt yet? We got to think this through, but has anything come to your mind about it?
You know, if I was thinking if and only if my favorite quarterback next to BY9, Daniel Jones wins the Super Bowl this year, I was thinking we might have to get some form of Indiana Jones on there, as he's been one of our most talked about players, and maybe some other players that we've talked about a good amount on this pod.
I love that. That's actually such a great idea. Imagine we gave like Daniel Jones like a cowboy a cowboy hat and like a lasso. That
Yeah.
would be so hard.
I don't know if you use the sleeper app at all, but his picture on there would be perfect.
I love it. That's a great idea. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We will now get into the recap of last week. Appreciate it.
All right, and for our next segment, we're going to be recapping last week's games with a question asked to each of us about these individual games. I'm going to start with Thursday night unk-off. We had Cincinnati versus Pittsburgh. And my question for you, Otherman, is how long has Joe Flacco been elite?
He's been elite since the day he won that Super Bowl.
Yep.
He's earned that
I'm excited.
title. I like how you said Unk off. That is that we had the shortest QB game of the year with Kyler and Bryce, and now we have the oldest QB game of the year with Rodgers and Flacco. I'm kind of on a similar question here. My question to you is Aaron Rodgers' arm still top 5 in the league?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, plain and simple, yes, it is. That's 70. That Hail Mary was incredible, man. The fact that he could even do that at this age is it's insane, man.
I'm not
He's special.
sure that there's like 5 other QBs in the league that can make, that throw to the end zone. So that was just good to see. As a Rodgers truther, always have been rewarding to see that.
Very much so. And then headed over to the London 8:30 game. We had the Rams versus the Jags. My question for you is the Rams are headed into a bye week with Puka Nacua returning. And is this the best offense in football for the rest of the season?
Yeah, dude, that Rams offense with Stafford still has it. It's pretty impressive. He just threw 5 touchdowns. I'm gonna say that the answer is no, but it's
Ooh,
top three. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs offense is just they have they went from having no weapons at receiver to a surplus of weapons. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs, but a Rams Chiefs Super Bowl is certainly in the cards, I would say.
yeah.
My question to you is Brian Thomas Jr. the new Marvin Harrison?
That's actually, I mean, they're a great comparison. I got offered, I had Marvin Harrison in my dynasty, and I got offered BTJ, and I was looking at it, I was like, wow, this is an exact wash. Like they're the same
Yeah.
thing. It's like if they score a touchdown this week and get a couple more catches than usual, it's a good week. But otherwise, you're looking at like a 3 for 27, 3 for 39 stat line on a weekly basis.
Yep.
Not
I'm
not
actually
not
gonna
that
get
much special.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Marv the benefit of the doubt too. Actually, no, they're both getting thrown to by some less than desirable QBs. But I'm very harsh on Trevor Lawrence because he's ugly as fuck. But he at this point, I've come to the light and seen that Brian Thomas Jr. might actually just be ass.
Yeah, he drops a lot more passes. Like, I guess Marvin drops too, but some of Brian's drops and his effort is really questionable. I don't know.
I think Marv's jump ball skills clear Brian Thomas Jr. I also don't think the Jags are necessarily using him right.
Hmm.
But yeah, they're twins. Moving on to Bears versus Saints. I have a question. Well, actually, I just have a statement, and my statement is Pedro, you're welcome for the Olave thing.
Mm.
Two
Sounds like you do.
touchdowns, 95 yards, guys. If you want a player to succeed, you ask us about them, and it'll happen.
What was your quote? What did you say about Chris Olave?
Can't really remember, but I just remember we talked about it on the last show, and I said he was due for a good game, and that's
Wow.
basically what happened.
Love to see it. Love to see it. And then my question for you here, a little bit more on the serious end. Saints Bears. Is the Bears beating bad teams a sign of a new era in Chicago?
Actually, a really great. That's a great question and a great point because I'm a PMT listener, and now we're competing right there with them. We're right. They're number one. We're at number two. Slime said this. They still got us. Big Cat has said stuff. He's a Bears fan, and he's like, "These are games the Bears lose," and he's right.
Yeah.
Historically, these are games the Bears lose, and now they're getting it done. They've also beaten Dak this year. They've beaten the Cowboys, and they've beaten one other good team that's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, the Bears, I'm a little scared. Caleb still looks like shit, but Ben Johnson is a hell of a coach. I gotta say.
Yeah. And then moving on to I guess another team within the Bears division here. We got Eagles versus Vikings. My question for you, the Weatherman, is did Jalen Hurts listen to the CBD1
I
podcast before the game? Because he was throwing piss missiles.
I think there's a decent chance that he may have turned on what I've had to say about him, and he showed up. I gotta say, he looked good. He did. First to say that, it
You know,
really does.
it just hit me. I think we gotta add that as our clickbait for the title this week. Jalen Hurts listened to CBD1 question mark
Yes.
exclamation mark
The
question mark.
graphic. Oh my god, I'm already got the graphic on. That
Let's
was such a good one.
go.
I have to say, like, I think that what are your this isn't my question, but what are your thoughts on if Devontae Smith was in the Jackson Smith and Jigba role, could he produce the same? Because I think they have like almost an identical skill set, and I think Devontae Smith is so fucking good.
Yeah, dude, he's filthy, man. There's a reason he won the Heisman. Like this guy is legit.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Also,
I
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it'd be similar. They'd be really, really similar.
Devontae Smith is so good. I wanted to also add that it really seems like AJ Brown. He had a good game. He had like 2 touchdowns, like a lot of yards, but it just seems like he just doesn't give a fuck out there right now. I don't know if you watched the
No.
game. His body language is
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, he wants to fucking rock. That's all he cares about.
Oh, he
Until he gets
loves
the
that
rock, he's gonna
rock.
be bitching.
He's that meme. This is a verbal meme. He's that dog uh caressing the watermelon and like refusing to give it up. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's AJ Brown. All right, Napoleon, my question to you, I have two separate blind resumes, okay? And I just want you to pick who you would rather have. Is that okay with you?
Yep, I'm listening.
All right, so the first scenario is I got player one. Player one has this is full season. 34 catches, 528 yards, and one touchdown. Okay.
Okay.
Player two, 28 catches, 407 yards, and five touchdowns. These are both through 6 games. Who would you rather
You
have?
said the first one was what, 528 yards?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going player two.
Player one is Justin Jefferson, and player two is Quentin Johnston.
Dear God, it's happened.
Checkmate.
Did you just get me to say Quentin Johnston's better than Justin Jefferson at
Yep.
football?
Graphic. Graphic printed, t-shirts printed. You just got caught.
I've been fucking duped. I've been
Yeah,
duped.
it's
And
kind
the
of
thing
shocking to
is,
see.
it really is, man. Quentin Johnson really beat the allegations and he met his draft type. He really did it. And Justin Jefferson is gonna keep getting the card just because he has terrible quarterback play.
I'm gonna again though. I'm gonna actually let it slide because Carson Wentz is fucking terrible, dude. He is so
Yeah.
bad. Um, but like at some point, you you gotta just you put it together. I don't know. Maybe this is the hater in me, but by the way, I'm also not sold on the Quentin Johnston hype yet. I'm still not, but we'll see. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
McLean, I have a second set. Or sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Let's hear the second set here.
Yeah, my second set is these are just the last 3 games. Okay.
Hmm.
We got player three has 18 catches for 283 yards and one touchdown.
Okay.
And we got player two, or what did I say? Yeah, anyways, the second player, 22 catches, 328 yards, zero touchdowns. Who would you
How
rather
many
have?
touchdowns did the first person have? Three?
He had one.
One? I think I'll go with the yards on player two.
Okay, yeah, this was Jordan Addison versus Justin Jefferson the last 3 games.
Dear goodness, dude.
It's
Dear
pretty
goodness.
close. Dude, Jordan Addison is a spectacular. I think we brought it up in like a couple episodes ago. He is so
Yeah,
good. He's going to get paid like $30 million very, very soon.
he is gonna make a lot of money. Is he just a product of Justin Jefferson getting all the coverage?
I'm going to say no because I think I remember one year Justin Jefferson missed a game and Jordan Addison still went for like 2 touchdowns and 100 yards. So I think Jordan Addison is
Yeah.
actually just that good.
Wow, he does have a need for speed.
He
Well,
does.
man, I'm gonna
Good
have to
point.
pause you quick. There's 2 seconds left in the Rockets game. Sengun got the ball and he airballed. Wow.
Yeah, you're quite behind. That shit was never going in. You
Oh,
should have given it to K. Why are you not giving it to KD?
yeah, please. That's what you
No,
bring him in for.
you did. If anyone's watching, it is actually the NBA opener tip off. First game of the year, and we got the first game of the year going to OT already.
That's what we love. That's what we
AD
love.
fucking sold a free throw to force OT, and Shea Gillis Alexander. I keep looking at the screen, and he keeps making a mid range right in this dude's face. So back to back MVPs certainly on the table for him.
All
All
right. Well,
right. Yep. Go
speaking of
ahead.
MVPs, headed over to the Patriots versus the Titans. I wanted to ask you, is Cam Ward trying to get Tyler Lockett to retire from the NFL?
Okay, the reason I said like I thought you were I had the Panthers game on my end, so I thought that's where you were going next.
I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it.
Dude, I don't even know if like the Titans are so bad, and now Cam Ward looks really bad, but they're so bad. I don't know if it's time to really make any claims on his name yet. It is funny that Tyler Lockett is Tyler Lockett comes off as a guy who like very chill guy, like will do whatever he wants for the team, and he's at the point where he's like, get me the fuck off this team.
I can't take this shit no more.
He literally can't take it. I don't really know what he can even provide a team at this point, but hey, if he finds something out, good for him. My question to you is All right, seriously now, how good was the sex between Travion Henderson and Vrabel's wife? He literally refuses to
Dude,
play that guy.
he hates him. He absolutely hates him. How many did he get 2 touches the other day? What was it?
He had 2 touches on Sunday. Ramondre Stevenson had 20. And the third string running back, Jennings, had 5.
I don't
He
know if
can't
you saw
even
the
beat
clip of
out the
them
third string, bro.
in the tunnel after the game. The third string was walking by Brable, and Brable was caught on a mic saying, "We found our 5 minute back,"
Yeah.
basically saying, "Travion Henderson, pack your bags. You have no purpose on this organization."
Yeah, it's criminal what's going on over there. And I don't know if listen, Travion Henderson hasn't looked great, but I've also seen those rushing charts that like will get posted on Twitter and whatnot, and they're just sending him right up
Mhm.
the middle every play. Like, get this guy in some space, man.
Yeah, send him off to fail.
Unbelievable. Moving over to Miami versus Cleveland. My question to you, Napoleon, is who would win in a fight between Tua and McDaniels because or Mike McDaniel because it's starting to look like they might fucking brawl.
Yeah, it's there's not enough room in that town for the two of them for sure. Definitely
I,
not.
I don't remember a team being this so obviously hostile and like such a bad locker room since Miami Dolphins week 1 when Tyreek Hill was doing all his shenanigans. So it's honestly somehow getting worse.
Yeah, dude. The fact that it's stayed that way for this many weeks and nothing's blown up completely yet is very strange to me. Which I mean, my question was of the same genre. Now I was gonna ask you what member of the Dolphins owner's family is being held hostage by Mike McDaniels for him to keep his job this long. So
It's a great
it's
question. I'm thinking the owner's daughter's probably in some danger, and we should get the FBI to
yeah,
look into whatever's going on over there.
yep. Heard it here first in CBD one. We will take any reward possible.
I should say this question, but it's on my mind now, so I really just want to ask it. I think it's evident that McDaniel's is going to get fired. I think is that fair to say?
I would hope so. Anyone with a sane mind would probably do that.
I think they can only lose like 2 or 3 more games before he's gone. So Napoleon, my second question to you is: what team will McDaniel's become like an offensive assistant by the end of the year?
I could see Philadelphia as they're always
Oh,
needing to bring in a new offensive coordinator. Um, what other teams could I see? I could see him joining up with KOC.
yep.
Um,
I
it's
think
gonna be one of those
he's from the
savvy.
McVay tree, so it'll probably go to one of those, McVay guys, like even LaFleur, maybe KOC. Uh,
I could also see
yeah.
him joining the Falcons organization at some point,
Okay,
getting over
yeah, he
there.
could. He'll find a way to get Bijan his touches. Absolutely.
Yeah, though they might groom him to be the next head coach.
All right, I like it. What game you got next for us to pull in?
All right. We're gonna be actually heading over to my guys in blue, Carolina Panthers versus the New York Jets. I wanted to ask you, the weatherman, who do you think is going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl against us this year?
Bro, you've already fucking used this bit, you fucker. Give it
That
up,
doesn't
bro.
sound. I'm asking what. That doesn't sound like what team.
The answer is the Chiefs. I'm gonna keep sticking to the Chiefs. Panthers Chiefs Super Bowl would be streamed on Tubi. That's not even gonna get on like the main national the national
And then,
like fucking news.
and then the weatherman. I actually wanted to do something a little unconventional here. I'm going to ask you 2 questions about 2 teams before you ask
Okay.
me the next question here.
Okay.
Moving over to the Colts Chargers. I wanted to ask you who is going to win the Super Bowl MVP between Indiana Jones and Bryce Young this year?
Dude. A Colts Panthers Super Bowl. That wouldn't even get on Tubi. That would just be streamed on Boost Mobile. That'd be the first ever Boost Mobile live stream. Uh, I'm gonna I'm gonna go with DJ though. I think DJ takes that one
Wow.
in
Wow.
this
We might have to cut
hypothetical
that part out.
EA Madden world.
The Boost Mobile Bowl is going to do numbers.
The Boost Mobile Bowl is fucking crazy, bro.
We need a graphic immediately.
Oh, Boost Mobile. This is might be the graphic episode of the year.
It really will. Should that be on our CBD1 t-shirts? like a Super Bowl flyer of Daniel Jones versus Bryce Young and Boost Mobile sponsoring the
Holy
whole
shit.
thing.
Dude, I don't know how hard it is to make t-shirts, but I feel like these are all hilarious designs that would be like wearable t-shirts.
We might have to do a seasonal drop.
Dude, I would totally wear a DJ versus Bryce Young tee. That would be sick. Guys, you're gonna have to let
I
us know in the comments if you'd wear that.
I can't get over the Boost Mobile Bowl. That's good stuff.
Okay, I want to loop it back to because there's been some unfortunate news with the Panthers. My question to you is life worth living if BY9 isn't behind center?
OBY9. OBY9. What would I do without you? The answer is no, plain and simple. I'm really, really scared that he could miss. Honestly, I'm really just scared that he's in bed somewhere hurting and there's no one there to help him. That's really the main thing I'm worried about,
Damn,
football aside.
real.
But yeah, no, it's really not right now. Hopefully he's
Foot,
back soon. Hopefully he's
foot,
back by Green Bay next week because this podcast needs that.
I heard Schefter said 2 to 4 weeks, and that would unfortunately be 2 weeks. Now he did completely botch the JJ McCarthy timeline, so we're
Yeah.
not going to take his word as bond. So
Yeah,
BY
let's hope
nine,
he's
OBY9. Somebody needs to read you a bedtime story and just make sure you're doing okay.
please.
All right.
And then did you have a question for the Colts Chargers as well?
Oh yeah, let's do that. My question to you is Herb still top five, or was he ever top five? Is
He
he
was
still
not
top
for me.
seven?
I don't know. I've got him at about like the 6 to 11 range, 6 to 10 range. I would
You know,
say I couldn't confidently put him top seven now.
better question is: are the Justin Herbert, Dick Riders done victory lapping the first 3 weeks of the season?
I would hope they are. I would hope so because Daniel Jones. I mean Daniel Jones should be ahead of that boy after what he just did to him.
Figure I don't even disagree. I mean, Daniel Jones, like you never want to. It's hard to put him in like top five talks, but if you look
Yeah,
at the stats and the production, it's kind of hard to not make that argument.
yeah. I would say I'll tell you this. I got Matt Stafford as the best quarterback over there in that city.
Oh, in LA, oh for sure, yeah, I'm right there with you, absolutely. Damn, that LA's got some QBs though. I will say, wow,
They do, man. Some dogs.
they came a
All
long
right.
way from Tyrod Taylor and Jared Goff. Even though Jared Goff is decent, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I'm gonna pivot over to probably the game of the week here. After Demaryius Thomas unfortunately passed away, the Broncos put on for their boy. Giants Broncos. My question is actually gonna be about the Giants here. Is Jackson Dart the face of New York sports?
Dude, Jackson Dart, like going into Denver in a like one of the toughest places to play and putting on an absolute show in a game they totally should have won. Um, kind of makes you question whether or not what kind of you know ties that kicker has. I'm gonna have to blur that. God, I hate when I do that shit. But anyways, yeah, no, Jackson Dart is special. I think we kind of underestimated what he was going to produce this year, and it took Slime telling us to realize that the guy knows ball and Jackson Dart is special.
Yeah, that kid's a dog. Brian Dable should be just so happy that his job was saved by this white boy with swag.
I don't think anyone's happier than Brian Dable, to be honest with you.
No.
My question to you is who is in more danger though, the Giants kicker or Mike McDaniel in terms of like actual physical harm?
It's a great I would probably say the kicker. New York fans, they're ruthless. It's a ruthless city. Miami people, they're a little scary, but I'd be more scared to run into a New Yorker than a Miami man.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I think he missed. I heard 3 extra point attempts. Like you actually have to fear for your life at that point.
Dude, after Dart puts the team on his back, that's how you're gonna do him. Ridiculous, man.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, Dart's special though. We're gonna. I think at the beginning of the year we had a little stat prediction. I think I said 16-8 You said like 13 and 10. I think we're both going to be wrong. I think it's
Yeah,
going to be
I
more touchdowns. I mean, he might throw like 8 to 10 picks, but touchdowns, man, he's doing it all for that team.
yeah, I was an idiot when I said that. Someone called me out too. I think it might have been Joe Schmo. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were right. I was wrong, as Uzi once said.
I'm going to move over to the Chiefs versus Raiders. And my question is, has Geno Smith wrote back yet? Because I'd say it's time.
He has not wrote back. I don't even know if he knows how to write anymore.
He probably
Um,
doesn't. He's blind.
I
I will
hope
say,
Gino
like,
never comes across this podcast.
oh God, we've talked a lot of shit about a lot of guys, but Geno Smith has caught some
Yeah.
very, very disrespectful shit on this podcast. And I think it's well deserved. Like, that guy is straight up ass, dude. How much longer is he going to start? It's unbelievable.
He can't keep getting away with this shit. Put Tom Brady in. We all want it.
Dude, Jacoby Myers, I think it just came out today. They like asked him, like, do you still want to be traded? He said, hell yeah. Or something like that guy. He is literally pissing his teammates off so bad. And yeah, no, Gino is just an awful player, dude. Like, I don't understand.
Nah, it's sickening.
Yeah.
My gosh. Enough about him. My question for you is, did the general people forget Rashee Rice isn't coming back from an injury and that he actually committed a crime?
After that two touchdown performance, I think people kind of forgot that he might not be a good guy. And I'm gonna, as a Rasheed Rice fantasy owner, I'm gonna let this one slide.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same page. I got him as well, and I think you kind of have to. And I think more players should use this as an example. If you ever fuck up in life, you just gotta come out and ball right away.
Two
Um,
two really easy solutions, like you said. Number one, come out and ball. Number two, play for the Chiefs because they always have a scandal that's getting swept under the rug.
Henry Ruggs, if you're listening to this, you've got a shot when you come back in 2029, and you better not miss.
Dude, I
You
actually
better not
heard
miss.
that that might have been a fake report. Is it okay? This is like maybe cancelable, but is it crazy to say when Henry Ruggs gets out, like, is he worth a look? Is that crazy?
I mean, I don't think it's cancelable. I mean, it's like, uh, if I'm a GM and I'm trying to think of putting my team in the best spot to win, I'm at least thinking about it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like hard to say how in shape he's staying in prison, but hey, guy could play back in his day.
He's got a need for speed.
He does. A lot of guys in this league. If you go to Georgia, actually, he went to Bama. Georgia guys, Rasheed Rice and Henry Ruggs. Who do you take in a race?
All
Who'd you
right.
take? Oh,
I'm
we're just gonna
taking
skip past
Rocks.
that one.
I
Yeah,
was
we
going to. Yeah, no, we're not. I'm not giving an answer for this question.
fair. Yeah, we gotta protect ourselves. I get that.
Uh, all right. I'm gonna head over to the Cowboys Commanders. And I'm gonna ask the question: are the Cowboys a Max Crosby away from competing?
Brought it up earlier. They're one edge rusher away. If only they had a guy.
Yeah,
They
dude.
might be a
I mean,
Crosby away.
luckily they have two first round picks that they could maybe put to use in like a. I don't know if Green Bay is willing to listen, but maybe a Micah Parsons trade.
You
I
might
don't
be onto
know.
something. Wait, you might be onto something there. Couple
I
picks
don't
and like a
know.
D tackle.
They're not paying me enough to say it, but I would be interested in something like that if I was them.
It's kind of wild how bad the Cowboys are on the road, and then when they just go play in Dallas, they just turn into the best team in the league. It's pretty insane. Let's
Yeah, it really
investigate
is.
these refs. My question to you is: we had some top five talks earlier this year, maybe some top seven talks, but is it time to put Dak in some top five talks or not?
This, yes, unfortunately it is. Yeah, not even unfortunately. Just yes, he's that good at spinning the pill, dude. He's fucking cracked. So good at what he does. I think he is a top five guy.
I also think I feel like we haven't talked about this enough, but George Pickens is like the most might be the best offseason acquisition in on offense for like any team all year.
Oh
That
my
he's
gosh, yes.
incredible.
It makes so much sense with like the part of the field that he occupies and the skill set he brings that they just did not. I mean, they haven't really had that Like I mean, ever really. Did he just take like Brandon Cook's role? Like George Pickens is perfect complement to what CD and Ferguson are doing over the middle. It's
Totally.
amazing, man.
And George Pickens jump ball ability, like he's playing to his role perfection. If you double him, you're just leaving CD and Jake Ferguson with one on one, and at that point, makes Dak's jobs pretty easy. But Dak is doing a great job getting them the ball.
Yeah, no,
And
it's
their
really.
defense is also doing a
Uh,
great job keeping Dak on the field because they instantly get scored on and then he's back on offense. So
you had to be the first after. I thought you were about to give them a real compliment.
no, that defense is dog shit.
Terrible. All right. Well, enough about that garbage. I want to move over to. Oh, wait, did you ask me one there?
Yeah, I did. I
Um,
think the last 3 p.m. game we need to talk about is Packers versus Cardinals.
oh,
So Napoleon, my question, and this is to you and this is to the fans, but has CBD1 gotten one thing wrong all season?
the answer is no.
Simple answer is no. The simple answer is you listen to this podcast. What did I say last week? Listen, learn, lock it in. Very simple. I told Matt LaFleur, like it's almost to a T exactly what I wanted. I just said put some trust into your QB and show some aggression. He goes for it on that 4th and 3. Trust Jordan Love to make the play, and that's exactly what happened. It's really not that hard. Just listen to the pod.
It's that easy, LaFleur. He could be winning every week if he just tuned in on Friday mornings.
Correct. Like we talked about it earlier. Jalen Hurts. I might have talked a lot of shit. Motivating. This is a motivating podcast. This is a ball knowledge podcast. This is a Rico Dowdle podcast, and this is a accessory podcast. So the league can learn a lot from us. That's all I'm going to say.
And not a political podcast as
It
well.
is not. That is correct. It
And a
is
LeBron
absolutely not that.
podcast.
Yep. Correct. We're hitting everything on the nose.
My question to you, the weatherman, is Kyler Murray or their coach Gannon gone first?
I actually kind of like Gannon, to be honest. I don't know if that's a
Yeah.
mistakable take because I've always kind of this is a little bit contradictory for me. This is like the most real ball talk I'll actually get into in my life. But I've always said like one score games that falls on the coach. The Cardinals have now lost 5 straight games by a total of 13 points. So it's like I understand the talent probably isn't really on that team. I kind of like Gannon, but like I said, they keep losing these 1 score games, which I think mostly falls on the coach generally.
Mhm.
I think their time with Kyler Murray is this might be the last season even. I don't know. I don't know what his contract looks like, but that guy's clearly not the answer there. But he's going to look good in Jets green.
Yeah. I don't want to jet screen, no way.
I don't know. I just
I can kind of see it. I don't want to
no, I
dive
know, dude.
into the whole wave of quarterbacks. There's just so much to talk about, but there is a wave of quarterbacks that got around the 50 million mark, and there's a good portion of them that teams are regretting doing that and seeing the long-term consequences and are failing pretty early into the contract, or in some cases even before the contract hits. And I think we're going to see some changes with what quarterbacks are paid and what aren't. What quarterbacks are and aren't paid in the coming future. Because Kyler Murray, Tua, Trevor Lawrence, painful contracts to be seen every day for the owner.
The problem is the salary cap's just going to keep going on up. So we might just be seeing some just outrageous contracts that are just so undeserved. And that's, yeah, like you said, that's exactly what Kyler Murray and Trevor Lawrence have received, luckily received over the last few years. So if you're a Cardinals fan, we kind of talked about Shea earlier. It's over, dude. It's over, dude. Murray's gone. All right, Napoleon, ready for a speed run? We have 4 minutes. Okay, we got to get through 3 games.
Let's do it.
All right. Yep.
Falcons
Go ahead.
49ers. My question for you is what member of Goodell's family is being held by the city of Atlanta for them to keep getting these primetime games?
Dude, they are on prime time way more than they need to be. Michael Penix is a perfect noon to 3 p.m. quarterback. Get this guy off prime time. And I kind of like
Exactly.
him. I actually think he's decent, but he's just not ready for that yet. My question to you is when is CMC's Achilles popping? He's getting the ball way too much.
He is on that list all year. I'd say about week 13. I pray it doesn't happen, but week 13.
I pray it doesn't happen either, but he's getting fed the rock and he's producing. I will give it to him. He looks really good this year.
He does.
All right. That was it. That's our Falcons 49ers talk. Next game, Bucks versus Lions. My question to you, Napoleon, is if you got 1,000 tries in open field to stop Jahmyr Gibbs, could you do it?
Plain and simple, no. He would break both of my ankles, all my Achilles, everything would rupture, tear, whatever you want to call it. He would juke the shit out of me.
By what attempt would your ACL tear?
Probably by 17
Okay.
maybe at the latest.
Yeah, good number.
Um, my question for you is, are the Buccaneers going to do it for Mike this year? He lost his 1,000 yard streak. Are they going to use that as their fuel? Are they going to do it, put on for the boy and win it
I gotta
all?
say, thank God that streak is over. That was the most fucking fluke streak of all time. They literally gifted it to him last year. He had like 1,001 yards a different year. I'm a Mike Evans hater. Hate to say it. Are they gonna do it for him? No. That team's probably going. I don't know. They're pretty good. They're gonna win a playoff game, losing the divisional. Is that fair? Is that fair to
Yeah,
say?
I like it. I like it.
All right. Last game, the last 9 p.m. Monday night game of the week. We have Texans at Seattle. Napoleon, my question to you is CJ Stroud even top 20 anymore?
No, I've been trying to tell people for years. He's
He's
not that guy.
bad. Yeah, he's bad,
Yeah.
dude.
Would you take Caleb above him at this point?
Yeah, which is funny because actually, Caleb doesn't really look that good either. They're literally, I think, the same quarterback.
Yeah,
Whatever
they are.
you
Do
put one, the next one is right after.
you think Bryce is better than both?
Yes, I do actually. I do think Bryce is
Wow.
better than both.
Times are changing.
It is.
My question for you, Leatherman, is what member of the Seattle Seahawks coaching staff is being held hostage by Zach Charbonnet's team for him to keep getting this goal line work?
Dude, everyone's getting held hostage this week. We need to find the culprit who did this. Yeah, you got to ask the same question about like what did Kenneth Walker do to the coach's wife because he's kind of in that Travion Henderson tier. It's a little less severe than Travion Henderson, but yeah, they are feeding Sharb, and I'm not mad. I'm a Sharb owner. I am a
I
Sharb
am
owner.
too.
But yeah, I don't know. It's they need to be actually. Sharb looked good this week, honestly, but yeah, Kenneth Walker's probably going to want out of there sooner than later. All right, guys, that was the wrap up for this week. We somehow grinded that out. We have like 30 seconds left, but thank you guys so much. Napoleon, what do we think? We get into the picks for next week then and wrap this up?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Thank you guys. We're going to move over to the picks for next week. All right, guys. Last segment of the day. Now we are predicting next week's games for on a Tuesday. So a lot's probably going to change this week. People are going to get ruled out, but you got to understand CBD1 has a lot of women to please, a lot of money to make, and a lot of designer to wear. So we're going to have to get this out on Tuesday. But Napoleon, starting with the Thursday night game, we have Minnesota going to the Chargers. The Chargers are -3.5, and I am going to take the Vikings +3.5. Actually, what are your thoughts?
Wow, I'm thinking the exact opposite. I think the Chargers are a much better team right now. I think the Vikings have a real problem with Carson Wentz being Carson Wentz, and they're going through the full roller coaster right now, and they're hitting the bad parts of it. They need a quarterback. I think the Chargers going to expose that. I got Chargers -3.5.
Yeah, I definitely agree with a lot of what you're saying. I'm not really sure why I'm going with what I'm going. This, for some reason, to me, feels like a Justin Jefferson like domination game on a Thursday night. After Jamar Chase just did it last Thursday night, that's my prediction. So I think they're going to cover. All right, next game I have the Dolphins going to the Falcons. Falcons are -7.5, and I am going to hammer the Falcons -7.5 this week.
I will too. Bijan Robinson, if you own him in fantasy, you just won your week. You just won.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. By the way, I don't think we're gonna have the Hawk on the pod this week, but just know Bijan Robinson is being hammered in the LeWeatherHawk play of the week.
It's good. I like it.
You might be getting in twice, just a teaser. All right. Next, we have the Jets going to the Bengals. The Bengals are -6.5. I'm going to go ahead and take the Bengals -6.5. The Jets are the biggest joke in NFL history.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna plead the fifth on this game. I'm not gonna make any comments. That's just how much I value that game.
Yeah,
Bengals Jets is gross.
this is one of the ugliest games in the slate. Honestly, the whole slate, I'm kind of looking at it right now. This is just not the best, not the best week for football, but we're all gonna watch anyway because we have nothing better to do, and football is the
Yeah,
best.
we are
Uh,
addicted.
yes, we are. The Browns are the next game. The Browns are going to New England. The Patriots are -6.5. I really like the Browns for some reason. I'm gonna
Dude,
take the
I
Browns
do too.
+6.5. Yeah.
I do the Weatherman as well, and I kind of like Brown's money line as a sleeper pick this week.
Oh, okay. Wow, you'd get some great value with that play. Can
Plus
I wait? Can I
300.
just yeah? Can I just kind of get into Napoleon's mind on that one? What's the money line idea?
Yeah, so I mean, right now the Patriots are hot, obviously. They're getting a lot of media attention, which in turn will lead to everyone putting the money on them, which in turn will lead to Vegas being like, hold up, what the fuck is going on here? And then on the other side, going on in Cleveland, Myles Garrett's sick of losing. The Browns defense is still very solid, still very playable. And now Quinshon Judkins starts rolling. The Dolphins were so bad that they let the Browns score over 17 points for the first time in a calendar year. They've got momentum. I think the Browns are taking it.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Your whole breakdown there is, I think it's spot on. I think that the Patriots are probably going to get hammered this week. This is like the first test for Drake May. Um, Not the first test, but the Browns defense is I probably by far the best one they'll play. I think the Browns defense is like really elite, like it's really good. And I think Dylan Gabriel, honest to God, does enough on offense to like take care of the ball and potentially, yeah, like I said, I'm not going to go money line, but I do think they'll cover. But I like your breakdown. All right, next we got the Giants going to Philly. Philly is -7.5, and I hate to say it, I will be also hammering the Eagles this week as well, -7.5.
Yeah, I think I am on the same page as you. I hate to agree on all these, but the Giants are going to come back to earth on that Eagles Giants matchup. I think the Eagles are winning by a lot.
This is like textbook revenge game. I think Saquon, another teaser. I think he might get in twice this week, and it might be in the LeWeatherHawk parlay. Just putting that out there.
I'm
But
starting to notice the trend of when you target these players. I see the vision here. I was literally thinking Saquon's going to be on this parlay, and of course he's on the parlay.
you are correct. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guess, Napoleon. Who do you think the last two players? There, this is gonna be a four leg this week. Who do you think the last two players are? And I'm gonna give you a hint. It's two QBs.
Two QBs. All right, you might have to cut out some of this time because I'm actually going to take a second and think, and I'm going to actually guess these.
This
Two
isn't getting
QBs.
cut. This is live.
Um, two
While Napoleon
QBs.
thinks, we just finished
Oh,
up the Thunder Rockets game and Jabari Smith airballed the game winner.
Josh Allen is one of them.
He is not.
Oh, fuck. Hold
I like
up.
your
Stay
thought.
with
I do like your thought process on that, though. Let me just say it was in consideration.
stay with me now. Stay with me now. Fuck.
We'll get around to it if that's all right. If you want to wait.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll circle back. We'll circle
All
back.
right. Uh, Next we have the Bills going to Carolina. It's not Josh Allen's day, but it will. Dang, Buffalo's -7.5. Damn.
It's a lot.
That is a lot. Andy Dalton is suiting up. The Bills are off a bye, but that's a
In
lot of
Carolina.
points. Yeah, and I feel like the Panthers are pretty solid at home.
They are
I'm
pretty
going to go ahead
solid.
and take the Panthers +7.5. They've been a wagon all year.
Let's go. I'm tailing you. I'm tailing.
Let me guess. Let me guess, Napoleon. You're going to sprinkle a little on the money line. Is that
No,
right?
I actually won't do that this time. I
Okay, all
won't.
right.
Just because this is the Bills after losing to Atlanta on a bye, after a bye, and Andy Dalton playing, it's a lot sacked against Carolina.
I think the Panthers have covered the last 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. So I think they're going to do it again
Goodness.
though. It is
But
Andy
it's fucking
Dalton,
great.
but that Panthers defense, I think, is quite special to be honest.
They are, man.
Well,
They've let
except
up
Mike Jackson.
130 rushing yards in the last 3 weeks. That's pretty solid stuff.
Yeah, let me rephrase that. By that Panthers defense is special, I meant JC Horn and that big DT, Derek Brown.
Derek
Der-
Brown. Oh,
Derek
Derek
Brown?
Brown. Oh,
Yes.
Derek Brown.
Could you say a quick poem to Derek Brown, please?
Oh, Derek. Oh, Derek. When I wake up and see dew on my car window, I think of you and I think of your 300-pound titties. That's really all I gotta say.
All right, I like it. Very simple, simple and easy. Next, we got the Bears going to the Ravens. The Ravens are -6.5. Now, clearly, they're predicting that Lamar is going to play. I heard he missed Monday's practice. I'm going to go ahead and take. See, this is a tough one because if Lamar plays, I would. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to take the Bears +6.5. Either way, fuck it.
I'm going Ravens 6.5. They're due. They're very due. It's season on the
Yeah,
line, and Chicago's a perfect team to beat on in that situation.
yeah, they are due. I just don't know if Lamar's playing because like it's going to either go from -6.5. It's going to either stay at -6.5 or it's going to go to like +3.5 for the Ravens, whether or not he plays. That's how good he is. He's going to move the
Yeah,
line like 9 points.
he is the line.
He is the line. Ooh, graphic
Bars.
bars. Yeah, no, that's a graphic. Next we have the 49ers going to Houston. Houston is -1.5. I just am a complete Houston doubter. Wait, San Fran's kind of dog shit. Now, yeah, I'm gonna take the San Francisco 49ers +1.5.
I'm telling you there. I got nothing good to say about the Texans,
I got nothing good to say about them or their QB. So uh
especially the quarterback.
yes, correct. Next, we have the Buccaneers going to New Orleans. Tampa Bay is -3.5. Mike Evans is out. Godwin's could play. Egbuka's going to play. I'm going to take the Saints +3.5. I think they're gritty.
Wow.
That might be a
I
mistake, but we'll take it.
I am gonna go with the Buccaneers. I think they're gonna bounce back from that loss. And is Baker Mayfield that quarterback? They is on your parlay.
He's not. And actually,
Oh,
now that I thought about it, I'm going to go ahead and take Tampa -3.5. Not sure really what I was thinking there.
yeah, come on. They're gonna be throwing piss missiles all day.
Next, we got the Cowboys going to Denver. This should be a good game. Denver's
Mm.
-3.5. I'm going to go ahead and take Denver. Dallas hasn't shown me anything on the road, and I don't know. Denver's pretty good. They're playing at home. Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. I think Denver's gonna have their way with the Cowboy defense. Sean Payton's gonna do some despicable things on the ground with not great running backs. And I think the Broncos win by 14, we'll say.
You see lines like this, and you're like, oh well, the Giants just covered easily versus Denver, and this is exactly why Denver will cover this week versus the Cowboys. It's
Yep.
very reverse psychology. You gotta be better than Vegas type of thing. So that's exactly what's going to happen this week.
That's some spread math.
All right, next we got Titans at Colts. The Colts are -14.5, and I'm going to take the
Wow.
Colts -14.5. Like I literally do not care.
I'm going to two because we got balls in this podcast. 14 and a half Colts. Let's do it.
Dude, the Titans are just ass, dude. They're terrible.
Holy shit, they are.
And the Colts just beat the Chargers by 14, I believe. So if they get to play the Titans now, I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to
Yep.
win by more than 14.
I will be starting the Indianapolis defense this week.
And I will say it's not in the LeWeatherHawk parlay, even though it totally could be. But Jonathan Taylor, 2 touchdowns, could absolutely be a part of this play.
Yeah, it could and should be.
I might have to talk with Hawk. Now that you say it, now that it's you should be, I think you might be right. We're gonna have to debate that one. And now Napoleon, your time is up, but this is it. Green Bay at Pittsburgh. This is where the Weatherhawk parlay will consist of Bijan Robinson 2 touchdowns, Saquon 2 touchdowns, Jordan Love 2 pass touchdowns, and Aaron Rodgers 2 pass touchdowns. That is the sneak peek. That is the play of the week. What are your thoughts on
Wait,
that?
actually, you just reminded me of something when you said on Jordan Love. It just reminded me of the word washed, and you told me that earlier today. You said your laundry started on fire or something like that happened. What
Yeah,
take me
so
through
quick,
what went
yeah, quick
down?
story time. So I go to put my laundry into the washing machine. Now I did overflow that motherfucker. Admittedly, there was a lot of shit in there. I come back and the washing machine is smoking, and my landlord is in there. Shout out to my little Mexican landlord. His name is Antonio. He is the greatest man on the planet.
Dope.
Um, he resolved the issue, no problem, like he always does, because he's the man. But yes, my clothes started on fire in the fucking washing machine. How does that happen?
I have no clue.
The
Should be
dryer,
doing the exact
maybe,
opposite.
but the washing machine, dude, exactly. It's full of water. How's that happen? Anyways, dude, Jordan Love is not washed. You say that again, and your H's might be bead. Oh, wait a minute.
You answered you answered the question though. I don't know. You might agree with me.
You knock it off. You just knock it off, all right, man. Um, but Green Bay, anyways, is minus 3.5, and I'm gonna take the Steelers plus 3.5. This is just it's gonna be a game. It's gonna be a show. Like that's all I'm gonna say. It's gonna be a great game, and it's gonna go down
Yeah.
to the wire.
I'm really, really excited for this Sunday night. I'm gonna go with the Packers 3.5 this week.
Ooh,
Aaron Rodgers is gonna have trouble moving around back there with the boys hunting him every play.
you could be right about that, but 3.5. I don't know. In Pittsburgh, this line is kind of crazy, which is exactly why it'll probably hit. So this is the worst smarter than Vegas week, I think. All right, yeah, I like your take. I'm gonna go Steelers still. I don't know. And lastly, we have the Jaden Daniels Commanders. I think he's gonna be out. At Kansas City. Kansas City is minus 10.5. So it's really sounds like Jaden Daniels is probably gonna be out. And Kansas City is gonna do it again. I think they're gonna dominate, and this team is a fucking problem.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you. I got Kansas 10.5. They looked like the Kansas of old last week against the Raiders, just beating down on a bad team, and they're probably gonna do that again.
Also, like every receiver for Washington is out, so they got Mariota thrown to Chris Moore and Jalen Lane and Luke McCaffrey. Not your
Good luck.
best targets to have. Yeah.
Good luck,
So
buddy.
Mahomes MVP though, it's going to continue this week. You're going to put on a show. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening to this week's podcast. My voice, I'm like about to lose it. Like I'm about to cough into the mic. Napoleon, I don't know how you feel, but
I'm honestly sick too. It's everything's hurting.
yeah, my
Hopefully
body.
we put on for you guys. I'm feeling like Game 7, Brown.
Just know this is our flu game, and we're still putting on for you guys. The CBFF Faithful, we never forget about you guys. We love you guys, and we appreciate you tuning in for another episode.
Thank you so much, y'all. Love you.
Guys.